Hey you everyone, welcome back to another fun episode of Minecraft. As you guys can see, uh currently I'm not this is a pre-recorded episode just because I talked about this a little bit on Monday. Didn't really go into much detail. I wanted to complete this episode back on the 6th, but I didn't get around to it because I got a little preoccupied with other things. I'm currently moving out to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm not going to tell you the street address or anything like that, but I want you guys to know I'm currently moving, so a lot of episodes are going to be pretty much, I'm going to be doing this or this or this or this, and I'm recording a lot. Like, I have stuff for Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday all done. I haven't done any Minecraft besides this. Haven't done any 7 days. Have not touched even for April. Assassin's Creed. I have not touched any of Grand Theft Auto, and I'm barely keeping up with Far Cry and Max Payne. So I need to record all that for next month. But details into this. I said in Monday's desk address, that I would be giving more details into this and then going into a Pokemon rant. The details of this is, like I said on Monday, buddy offered me a room, I'm moving in. I've already gotten the car in my name, I've already gotten the storage unit in my name. Everything is coming together that way. It's along the line of there's more to it. I'm currently 26 years old. I need to get out of mom and dad's house, but offered me a room. I'm jumping for it. Not just that, there's a gym nearby. If I can get my weight back down to where I need it to be, I can easily join the military, and then we'll have, instead of just me video gaming all the time, we'll also have small blogs in the military so you guys can know what to expect, or hey, it's just a check-in. So yeah, there's that. Plus, there's fishing that I can easily do a small podcast at while I'm working, or I can easily do one there where Eric the Black or Mighty Mike will be in them. These are two people you'll come to know. Even Anna, not her real name, or whatever her username is going to be, but they're going to be in doing a little bit of the whole podcasting like this, so me and them can easily get into it and talk a little bit about it. But and you guys will actually be able to see one of the great cities of Wisconsin, because I today found out, and it's the 17th, that we're a actual big tourist state. So if you guys are wondering about coming here for tourism and wondering about Fond du Lac, yeah, no, we got some cool shit. Um, I'm gonna live in the city that's at the bottom of Lake Winnebago, one of the largest lakes in Wisconsin besides Lake Michigan. And yeah, and there's a few things that are going to be happening later in later videos. Currently, I'm up to episode 40 of Dying Light. We will be going into Dying Light 2, but first I want to be able to do the Michonne series, and this means I have to record the three episode and get them up. And I also want to try and do the Clementine's last fourth season. I will tell you how it goes because I currently need to buy the Dying Light 2 game. I need to buy that. Whole reason why I'm waiting. Not only that, I also need to record GTA episode 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So everything is up to May, and then I can record for summer months. The whole thing the whole thing is right now, because of the move, I want to be able to settle in without having to worry about, oh, I need to record, oh, I need to record, oh, I need to record, and lock myself up in a room. It's good where I am because there's nothing going on. Fond du Lac, on the other hand, it's a bigger city. It's something where you need to go out to experience it, go out on the street, meet people, and so on and so on. Plus, in the summer, I'm going to be going to the state fair. I'm going to be going to a Ren fair, and the Ren fair video is going to be going up later in May when I have a little time, because I will be showing you my armor, I'll be showing you the weapons, I'll be showing you, and talking to you about it. And there, when it comes, I will have I want to have something so I can record everything, so it's not just, oh, here's some pictures of it and let me tell you about it. No, I actually want to walk through with a camera and just videotape a few things, several different videos, and then you guys can be like, oh, cool, that's very awesome. And I don't want you guys to be just like, oh, cool, nerd. It's fun, so fuck you if you think it's just for nerds. I'll say that right now. Fuck you if you think it's just for nerds. And with that, I also want to tell you guys, when I get an opening, I don't know where I'm going to get the opening, but I know I'm going to get an opening. I think it's even going to be on Fridays. Fridays are going to turn to either Homefront, the game, the cyberpunk of its day, because it's constantly glitchy, freezing all the time, and having just so many problems. Or I'm going to go into Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, then go into Let's Go Sword and Shield, and Let's Go Arceus, and hopefully by then we'll also be going into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. For the people who want to see Diamond and Pearl, fuck you, I hate those games. Because you're talking to an original player, not the new kid who's like, oh, I never got to play Diamond and Pearl, I never got to play Sinnoh. Fuck you. I got to play it. I got to play the Underground. I got to play everything. Fuck you. Just because I hated that game. Because there's so many Pokemon that are hidden. You can only get them at certain times of day. They only evolve at certain times of the day. You need this stone. You need that stone. You need this stone. You can only get them on this day. You can only get them at this time, at this hour, at this minute, and this season, and yada, yada, yada. It's almost as bad as, seriously. Diamond and Pearl were the Unova of its day. And I hate Unova just because it's like they tried so hard to make Pokemon animals again. Like Generation 2, they put a lot of animal and realistic things that could be Pokemon into it, like Pineco. Pineco was a pine cone that evolved into Fortress, which in my opinion looked like a walnut. It looked like a walnut Pokemon, or I forget how you pronounce his name. Reminold? It's a little silver fish that evolves into Octillery, which is an octopus. Because you were more on the beach, you were more in the sea, compared to Gen 1, where you were just barely going out there. You got to meet Squid, and you evolved Squid, Tentacruel. Then met Seal, Dugong, Staryu, Starmie, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, and later in Gen 2, Politoed. But it's like, they tried to make Gen 1 realistic. Okay, this place is surrounded by squid and starfish, and that's what you gotta deal with out there. When you went into, I forget the name of the island, but you went onto the island where Articuno was, with a lot of ice type. That's where you met Swibble and all them. Not Delibird. You didn't meet Delibird till 2nd gen. Dugong, Seal. You got to meet the ice types there. You got to meet Goldeen and Sea King, that kind of shit. You got to meet Pokemon that were part ice type. Then you got Articuno. Then you left. And that was the only time you met ice types. Most of the time. Then you went to Cinnabar. I think it was Cinnabar Island with the fire. Yeah, with the fire gym in Gen 1. But Gen 2 was more animalistic. Politoed. It was a toad. Mantine. I think it was Mantine or Mantarain. Something like that. It was a Manta Ray. And Gen 3 gave us hardly... No, Gen 4. Sorry, Gen 4. Gen 3 was Hoenn. Gen 4 gave us almost nothing. Because Gen 4 was pretty much, we have all these evolved types like Execubuzz and Magmar and Yemen. And Gligar. You know what? Let's take these piece of shit that no one ever really used, besides Electabuzz and Magmar, because they were good fire type and electric type. Let's take them and give them a third evolution. Make the legendaries almost impossible to find outside of an event like Darkrai, Manaphy, and slap everything together where it's the god of time and the god of space. And if you had the event, the god of everything, Arceus, the god of Pokemon, you have them. And the god of the dimensional abyss, which is Giratina, because of course we're not going to put him in there, which is you have to catch him separately and specially in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Perfect Pearl, I think it is. Something fucked up. But it's just a remake of the original games for the Switch. Like, I'm going to get it. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to get one or both. It's along the lines of, really, motherfuckers, you're scraping the barrel? That before Pokemon Arceus, where you go back in fucking time? Because, yeah, we know. It's already out. You go back in fucking time to Sinnoh region. Like, this is the motherfucker who's catching Dialga and Palkia first, and then just like, you know what? The gods need to go back. Think. And he creates the fucking timeline for you and Sinnoh to catch these fuckers again. I have my original Palkia and original Dialga from my run-throughs through Pokepark, then to Pokebank, then into Pokemon Home. Like, I have my original motherfuckers. Like, I still have my original Charizard from Fire Red in this motherfucker. I'm thinking about doing something where I can take a Charmander from Pokemon Red, trade him through the fucking gauntlet, all the way from Gen 1. I can't transfer him to any Soul Silver. Actually, I have to transfer him to Soul Silver, don't I? Before he goes into Black. The only two Gen Zs that you're going to miss is Hoenn and Sinnoh. So, yeah. But, yeah, I want to transfer him all the way through and just be like, yep, this is Fang from Gen 1, who is going to become a Charizard, level 100, to beat a fucker down. Even though Charizard kind of got nerfed. Like, Pokemon Red and Leaf Green, he got nerfed hard from there. Because he used to be a fire flying type. He didn't have levitating, wasn't a flying type really. He was mainly just fire. Who knew air with flying type moves, like Wing Attack, Fly. So, yeah. And then they gave him fucking Mega Evolutions. But here's the sad thing. I don't know much about the new game. But because how they talked about in X and Y, And this is something sad. X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire were the only two games where Mega Evolutions were really a big thing. You got to see a little bit of the Mega Evolution in Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Moon. You got to see a little bit of it, but now you don't really see it. Then it was Z moves in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Moon, and then we left that to go back to Diamond and Pearl. Then we went into Sword and Shield, where you didn't really have that bullshit. It was pretty much the original. Oh, we're gonna fight, and then you also Dynamax everything where they get huge and more powerful. Or if you feed them certain fucking food, then they can do a special Dynamax where your starter, the monkey, can have a drum set instead of just having two fucking drums. Yeah, I know, I'm being very asshole about it. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not wrong. Like, we don't get to use Mega Evolution anymore. Like, the only thing I really see where Mega Evolution is still a big thing is in Pokemon Go. Which, yes, I know, I'm a hypocrite, but I play regularly and I'm terrible at it. I recently caught Hoopa. Bam, I'm boss ass motherfucker. I also have caught and then put into Pokebank, which means you can never go back. I have the Mew, so I have two Mews. One from Pokemon Silver, Soul Silver, one from Pokemon Go. So I have two now. 185, 150. Still a boss. So, that being said, I hate Diamond and Pearl just because, again, it's so hard. Like, if you want Drifloon, you gotta go to a certain time, certain date. You want this Pokemon, you gotta go to a certain time, certain date. You want all three starters, you gotta catch, send them to a friend, then start over, get the second starter, or trade for the second starter or third starter, whatever starter you need, and slowly get the three starters after trading, and then, oh, sweet, now I have a fucking Piplup with my, not Graveler, shit, I know, Chimchar, and the other one is, not Gravel, oh god, I'm not Trico. His name, Turtwig. That's it, Turtwig. Always has to have something referring to plant for grass type. Turtwig is my favorite all time. Second is Infernape. Can't beat him. You can't beat a fighting fire type monkey. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, what's the bullshit gonna be next? Then that underground bullshit to get the next fossils. It's like, okay. I don't fully understand. Sorry. I don't fully understand why I had to go underground to find these fossils. In first gen, they were right on top. Second gen, there weren't really any fossils besides getting the originals and then Aerodactyl. Like, the second gen fossils, if I had to think about it, there weren't any. Besides Kidabuto and Kabutops, and then Omatine, Omastar. Like, I can't really think of any, besides maybe a gnome, but I don't know if you would classify it as a fossil or ancient type. Then you go into fucking Gen 3. Sorry about that. Making myself a drink. Gen 3, you got pretty much something that looks like a little like bug and a plant, and they both turn out to be awesome Pokemon. Rock Grass, Rock and Ground. I know, real great. that's Hoenn for you, and you find them in a desert. 4th gen, you have Cranidos, which is a ram head of a Draco lizard, I think it's a Draco lizard, a dinosaur. After that, you go into, I think his name is Sheldon, which is pretty much a Triceratops, if you even want to call it that. Just because it just has a fin and nothing else. And it's kind of sad. Because every time we get a new, every time we get a new fossil, it's always something different. I mean, like I said, 1st and 2nd generation is Kabuto, Kabutops, Omastar, Omatine, and Aerodactyl. Then we went into Gen 2, and I really can't think of any new fossils. I think those are the only 2 that you really get. Might be wrong. Leave a comment down the comments. Then Gen 3, then we get Cridley, and I can never remember the name of the other one, the big tall arthropod-looking one next to the Cradley, which was a plant. Then you got the Gen 4, which was Cranidos, Rampardos, and then Sheldon, and the other one. I can't remember its name. But it's one of those things where it's like, really, it's... And the sad thing is, you fight the 2nd gem, and that's who you have to fight. You have to fight a Cranidos. And it's like, really, dude? Like, you can't just have normal fucking Pokemon. You can't have normal fuckers. Then you get into 5th, which is Unova, which is a turtle. And that, because I think that was around the time when they were really starting to get into dinosaurs had feathers. Then you had that I think it was Archon. Yeah, Archon was the flying type. And then we went to, from Unova, we went into X and Y. That was Tyrantrum, and then that Brachiosaurus-looking one, that was an ice type. Went back to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Then we went forward to, I want to say Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon were the last games on 3DS or 2DS or whatever you had. And there, I don't even know what fossils they had. I know they had the beasts, but I don't remember any fossils. I personally don't. And from there we went into Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which I think we just had more beasts. From there we then went to Sword and Shield. And Sword and Shield, I haven't seen any fossils yet. There might be, I don't know. I just haven't seen them yet. And then you have the new Arceus. I don't even know if the new ones are out. Other than that, then you go into Scarlet and Violet. I'm wondering what they're going to be doing in that one. They've released the names of the starters right now, but it's like, cool. Beforehand, we knew what Torchic meant. We were going to get a fiery chicken. We didn't know what Mudkip meant or Trico. And I can't figure out the names for these new guys either. But, yeah, Unova and Sinnoh were the worst types. Just because it's like, great, new Pokemon, first off. Oh, Apom can now evolve into Ambipom. You can evolve an Electabuzz into Electivire. Magmar into Magma Carta, you get to evolve a Magnemite or a Magnezone into a Magmaton into a Magmazone, Lickitung into Lickitung. You get to evolve a Tanglia into a Tanglia, or a Tanglia into a Tangleta. I don't remember what the thing's fucking name. You get to put a Piloswine into a Pilomammoth. Like, all I did was really amp up the last three generations, if that. Add some legendaries, add some story, and with Giratina's Pokemon Platinum, that's where you actually got to kill the bad guy for Team Galactica. And that's only if you got that game. Otherwise, he didn't stay in the alternate dimension with Giratina. He was defeated when you caught Palkia or Dialga, depending on the game you bought. And it's one of those things where it's like, are you fucking serious? Like, unless you got Pokemon Platinum, you don't know about that. Plus, then having to catch the fucking lake spirits, then catching the other fucking random. Like, I wonder if, I think Sinnoh is where you have to go and catch Heatran. And Heatran is its own pain in the fucking ass. He was like Deoxys for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, where beforehand you need to have Pokemon Emerald or a Game Shark to get Deoxys, and also not Manaphy, Jirachi, that's it. To get Jirachi, Deoxys, and the other of the Steel Flying Guardians, which is Latios or Latias, depending on your game, you need to go and get that, unless you want to go and catch these motherfuckers during Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Oh god, you so much as encounter one of these fuckers, Latios or Latios, you prayed to have either a Pokemon in your first position with Mean Look and are fast enough to be like, Mean Look, you can't escape, you're mine, motherfucker. Or you wanted to make sure you had more than just one, which is impossible unless you traded back then, or the Game Shark had multiple Master Balls. Because, I'm man enough to say this. Back when I was in middle school, I had a guy named Dylan. It wasn't Dylan Prill. It was some other Dylan. I forget his name. His name was Dylan, though. He actually lent me his Game Shark for a weekend. And what I did was I would catch a Pokemon. I would put the code in. And kids, this is going to be like ancient to you. I would plug the game in, plug it into my Game Boy, and I caught the entire Pokedex, all level 100, except for the legendaries. Them I had in regional level, which was in the beginning of the game they would only be like level 3 or 2 or 3. So I was catching a level 2 Rayquaza with 100 of the fucking Master Balls. I was catching Jirachis, Deoxys, Celebes. I had a couple Mew. They weren't legit, but whatever. Back then I didn't really care. I was catching legendaries left, right, and center, and when my friends came afterwards, because there was a way for you to save it, and at that time I had both Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, and Sapphire. I didn't have Emerald yet. And I caught the entire Pokedex. Like, in each game, I had the Pokedex completed, all the legendaries. Like, I had everything. Like, I had no want. And what I would do is, and this was about the time when I was going to the hospital because I was sick, I would plug my Game Boys in and battle myself. Kind of like how a chess player will sometimes go against themselves. and I would have full teams, and they would just go head to head. And then when we finally got to Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold, I had Soul Silver. I sent all my Pokemon through. Quite a few didn't make it through, like the 13 Mews I had on Retainer. I couldn't send them through, which was good for me because, yeah, my 2 Mews are authentically gotten. One is from Heart Gold when they had a mystery box where you got Mew at level 5, and the other one you got through Pokemon Go. People who don't go through that, they don't get it, so fuck you. I worked my ass off and I played the right games. I now have 2 authentic Mews. And playing through the games where I went, you know what, we're just gonna go vanilla, I'll start the games over. I had like 4 Groudons, I had like 5 Kyrogs, I had 4 different Rayquaza, I had 3 different Giratina, Palkia, and Dialga because I had all the games. It's like, yep, I'm just going to keep catching, keep catching, keep catching. So now going into Pokemon Home and Pokemon Scarlet and all that, if we can bring the full Pokedex with us, it's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, I need this guy and he wants to trade for a Giratina. Here you go. It pretty much how it is, like, okay, I got like 8 of them. Here you go. Here's a Giratina. Don't even think about it anymore. It's like, here you go. Catch it. Same thing with a Palkia or whatever from back then. I have several shiny, too. It's one of those things where it's like, cool, I have shinies. I have regulars. I have a shiny Swampert Mudkip from the Pokemon Go. I have a shiny Charizard that I traded back in Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. I have a shiny Dusktops, Dusknor, and Duskull. I have certain shinies, and whenever I go into the Pokemon Go, not Pokemon Go, I mean Pokemon Home trading area, I'm always looking. I'm always looking for the shinies. Like, I'll put up, like, recently I've been putting up a Regigigas, the god that apparently made the Reggies. I'm going through, it's like, who do you need? Who do you need? Like, who do you want for this? If I see one I don't have, like Regielektric or Draco, I don't have those 2 yet. I still need to play through twice of Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is a pain in the ass. It's like, I can do that. Like, my second playthrough is going to be on here, so you guys can actually see, yeah, okay, I'm actually going to be catching Reggie Electric the second time around. I'm going to be catching Glacier instead of Sepulcher. Like, I'm catching them all. And, like, you're just going to see me playing back and forth, back and forth. And the only time that you guys are actually going to see me have to play a third time will be getting Kupfu. Just because I have a lot of Pokemon I need to get him, because he's the one guy I would want. Yeah. And I think I can trade him with a legendary. It's just finding someone who wants to trade for it. And that's one of the big things I worry about all the time. It's like, okay, who do I have that I can trade? Who do I have that I can trade? And yeah. So, to get back on topic, Pokemon Sinnoh, it's okay. Not the best. Unova, on the other hand, like I said, was trying to go more towards Pokemon that looked like animals. And plus, I also had the Sky Spirits, Thundurus, Landorus, that kind of shit. It's like, I don't need to be hunting 3 Sky Pokemon that hate my guts. Or then going to find Reshiram or Kyurem, and then Reshiram, Kyurem, and there was one Kyurem. Yeah, Kyurem. Kyurem was the splitter. Where in Pokemon Black and White, you got the main starter and one got Kyurem. In Pokemon White 2, Black 2, you actually had to like mix your fucking Pokemon. So it's, oh yeah, I have this guy, the fucking mutant, where these two Pokemon fused, and you can't do anything with them now. That's how they're formed. That's the Pokemon itself. You can't put that into a Pokebank or nothing. That's just how the fuck he is. It's kind of like the whole Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire special Pikachu who only did the contests. People hung on to that Pikachu, but you could never put him into your Pokebank. Like right now, I have an No, I have a. Yeah, I have Ultra Sun 2, where I have one of the original Ash Cap Pikachus. I need to get him to level 100 fucking fast and then put him into my Pokemon home. And if that Pokemon loses his hat, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Because I did not waste my time looking for the Ash Hat Pikachu for it to get taken away. And that better be allowed into my bank because that Pikachu will be my main attraction. Because right now I just have my whole Pokedex up. And yeah, I still have my original. This is actually true. I still have my original Swampert and Mudkip from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire that I traded all the way through to Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then brought them through, and then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire hit, and then got them again. So I have them next to each other, like, haha, the old and the new. Especially where Spike, my original Swampert, has all the medals. And I mean all of them. Because I put the time in to do all the contests, and in Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and a regular Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, I did this with all of them. This is how I wasted my time as a kid. I took the time to go grow the berries, harvest the berries, make the Pokeblock, and then made Swampert like just the king. Everything he went into, he was God. Everything. Like all of his like beauty, cool, special, like all that shit. It all was up. Like if he was a Feebas, he would have been a Melitech like overnight. I would spend days just growing berries, making blocks, making berries, making blocks, making berries, making blocks. Condense, feed, whatever I didn't use, went to a different Pokemon. That's how I got Feebas evolved. And that's just how it was. And I'll say this, it was a pain in the fucking ass. There was one Pokemon that I still have, I call him Manny. He's a Tropos. He's that kind of like Brachiosaurus plant dinosaur thing with ferns as wings. Whenever I see him, I love that Pokemon just because when I was a kid, he was like, I always thought he was a legendary, like Arcanine. I thought he was a legendary from just looking at him. Apparently he's just an average Joe Pokemon, but I trained one of those things all the way up to level 100 before I realized, no, he's just a piece of shit flying grass type. Kind of like Jumpluff. But I love that guy. I will always have him in my party. He might actually be part of my party when I do playthrough, depending on where he's allowed through Pokemon Go. I mean, between Pokemon Home. Wherever he is allowed, I will have him put into the decks. And he will be part of my party. Like from level 5 up. Like I will breed one right now to have him in my party. One with my main starter and one legendary. That's one thing I don't talk about. I will always have, because I have Pokemon Go Pokemon, I will put a, say, I'm just throwing this out there, a Pokemon like Lugia or Ho-Oh at level 25 from Pokemon Go. I will put them in with my guys and have them slowly grow to level 100. That's where I'll cap them and then put them back in the bank. Because what I do is, a lot of the time, we all know Pokemon legendaries are most of the time glass cannons. They fucking suck half the time. I mean, look at Ho-Oh. And I would raise them from a certain level all the way up. Like, that's what I did the first time I played Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. When you played the game, or if you pre-ordered it, you were given a shiny Beldum to make into a shiny Magros. I lost mine. I think I traded them out. But you had him, you had your starter, and me from Pokemon, from the Pokebank. I moved my level 5 Mew into the party. Reason being, I could then grow him. And he is now level 85, just sitting in the home. I need to get him out so I can give him through Sun and Moon, not Sun and Moon, I mean, through Sword and Shield, how you can just feed it fucking blocks and all that to make him, like, level up super fast. I would rather do that right now, just because, yeah, I can easily level you up slowly, but he's at level 85. I don't feel like having to kill every trainer in the region 3 times just to grow him strong enough to get to level 90. He's 15 levels from being at level 100. I will just feed him 50 XL Pokeblocks, which will prolong him into level 100. So, yeah. And that's my rant on Pokemon. I'm sorry if it's boring for you guys, but I needed to put something out for this episode. And with possibly Pokemon, let's go Eevee, which is Gen 1, technically, coming into effect. I will have a certain Pokemon in that too, but we'll get to that later. Because he's a legendary that should not be a legendary. And I am talking about Meltan, Meltang. You'll see them probably in the first episode, and you'll know why I'm going to be pissed. And with that, happy to say you guys are about 6 minutes out from being done with me for this episode. So, again, sorry if I'm ranting, but yeah. Soon we should be getting to the end of Dying Light, so the Michonne series will kick on, and I doubt we're going to have up to 20 episodes of Max Payne. We are in the last season, so, and you guys will be seeing me go through certain levels, getting certain clues. You guys will see me go through it twice, so whatever you see is what I'm going to be doing to go and get the, say, golden gun for the 1911 or something like that. If I didn't get the golden gun in that mission, I am going to get it then. And I'm also going to get the clues so you guys know where to see it. Plus, because in the news they've been talking about, is the Max Payne trilogy really a big thing to get from Rockstar? It's one of the things where it's like, yeah, it's a good game. Like, I've already played through 1, 2, and I'm working on 3. It's one of those games. And April's already done. Episode 2 and 3 are already up. I need to get 4 and 5 done. But, yeah, no, they're done. Grand Theft Auto are the same way. Like, Grand Theft Auto is the grandfather, the godfather of his games. I need to get Assassin's Creed Chronicles China done. I need to get on that. I need to get 7 Days done. There's a lot of games I need to get done, and I need to continue working on. Like I said, I might actually stop playing 7 Days to Die when we hit level 100. Like, episode 100 or 150, just because it's like I finally hit a mundane patch, because the Xbox version is nothing like the PC version, because, and we've already been over this 100 times about not Funhouse, shit, what were they called now? It's not Skybound. I forget. Telltale. That's it. Telltale lost ownership of it. Now they only have it on, say, the Steam and all that, where they're able to update it to the point where now they have cars, zombie vultures, and a bunch of other bullshit. So I need to get something for computer gaming setup, because currently my setups aren't fast enough for everything. Also, I think you guys would might actually like to see me restart from, say, episode 1 and be like, yep, we're actually in the updated model. Let's see how long we can actually fucking survive. So, there is that. But, like always, yeah. Oh, I will say this, and this is something nice to say. Saints Row is officially done as of yesterday, which for me was the 16th. Got it done earlier at midnight. We are all the way up until June for Saints Row 3. Saints Row 3 should begin in June, and that game is just a load of fucking fun. Like, I love 3 and 4 because they go away from, like, Saints Row 1 and 2, where it's like, oh, we gotta be hard, we gotta be actual realistic, and no. Plus, with the new game coming out in, I think, November, or October or November, somewhere around there, somewhere in the fall, I'm happy about that, because around the time, also, you guys were going to be hearing a lot of podcasts from me, Eric the Black, Mighty Mike, and because we're going to be doing a D&D podcast kind of thing, where we're going to be going in and playing a version of Dungeons and Dragons, where they're going to be in Skyrim, which they're going to, I might actually go into that next week. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'll do. Next week for the 7 days, episode 98, day 133, 134, that's what you guys are going to get. You guys are going to hear about the stupid shit I'm about to do this winter, where I'm going to be having a campaign go against Skyrim and have other worlds from actual Dungeons and Dragons come in and actually fight. I mean, we're going to have characters from, like, Eric the Black come in and actually fight and give them actual missions, turning out to be, like, harbingers of the bad times and all that. So, yeah, there's going to be plenty of shit to do. And you guys are going to get a lot of fucked up videos, especially with us, because I can already see those episodes being like 2 hours, an hour and a half long. Like, because I'm thinking, because my buddy said that normally they did about a 4 to 5 hour session. And I can make 3 episodes back to back to back, where it's just one session, which is a month and a half. And because I'd make it every 2 weeks, we'd have a session, you guys be able to hear it on YouTube before going on, like, say, Spotify to hear it. Because personally, I would not mind becoming the next, yeah. So without further ado, just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, leave a like down below. Subscribe today, and please remember, have fun playing in the dark. I will see you guys in the next one. Night.
AudioMicro.com